Good evening, YouTube land. Probably wondering why the live stream is not on at 7 and is instead on at 8:30. I did a poll on my channel and 8:30 won. So I'm hoping that it will enable others who otherwise could not attend to be able to attend. And I hope it doesn't disrupt too many people who are used to the 7 o'clock time. Hey Corey, how you doing? What do you say, brother? Um, I hope that it's not too big of a inconvenience for those who are accustomed to the 7 o'clock time, and that the 8:30 time is a little more user friendly for the people out west of the Mississippi, which is kind of what I was aiming towards. Hi Caleb, how you doing? So we're gonna feel this one through, feel this one out, and see how well the 8:30 goes. Howdy George, great to see you. Glad you were able to make it. The 7 o'clock was pretty successful, but it was only successful to people an hour behind me. At 6 o'clock, they were able to get their day pretty well tidied up and be able to get in here for the live stream. So we did a on my channel under the community tab. I did a poll, and the poll that won was 8:30. So that's why we're on at this time of night. And like I already said, we will see how it goes. Mike the Tractor Guy, awesome to see that you made it, brother. Mike, just telling the people that were here that I went, the Big Ten is a 1965, Caleb. 1964 would have been what was called an early B10. Mr. Wood, I'm here. And you can confirm that by the engine. Last digits on the engine, Caleb, the last set of digits should start with a 6 and a 5. That denotes the year. But the Big Ten was definitely in 1965. Hi, Clinton. Good evening. Glad that you're able to make it. We're going to have a different group of people and a different demographic in here, I have a feeling, this evening than what we usually have with the 7 o'clock live stream, because I'm trying to get people towards the West Coast that are more able to get their schedules wrapped around and be able to view that otherwise have not been able to. So that's why the change up in time. Bryce, kind sir, great to see you as always. I took Monday and Tuesday off and got my neck squared away well enough that I was able to get out and get a couple of jobs done. I had the Greenworks Simplicity Conquest come back for a different repair, made the repair on that. And then I also had a Cub Cadet come in. The Cub Cadet that came in needed a drive belt, so I replaced the drive belt in it and got it running again and serviced both machines. And everything came together this week. The rest of the week wound up being not too terribly busy. And for some reason, my chat just disappeared. So there it came back. Okay, there it is. Okay, Caleb, yeah. Big Ten was made in 1965. That was the interim year between the early Big Ten, or the early B10 and the late B10, which was made in 66 and 67. So, George, to answer your question, I'm feeling better. I had a really good weekend with Miss Zippo. We put some miles on the bike yesterday. Went down to Indianapolis and went to the state fair, and we both got about 3 miles of walking in, going to the fair. We had a good time down there. Had some good eats. I forget what I had. Rib, what did I have? I forget. Prime rib tips on a flatbread with, just all kinds of goodness. It was yummy. You had to eat it with a fork. It was fantastic. Steak tips, Peta. Hey guys, say hi to Lisa. Hi, honey. And guys, give her a big hug today. Please give her a big hug today. She's been my rock for the last 6 months, and I had to be a little bit of her rock. And I'm always happy to do it. We're going to work on getting her. I can't decipher that, George. Mangled ton hear it. Awesome. I'm assuming that you're glad to hear it. Mr. Fisher, good to see you. Mr. Bill, Zombie Dave. Okay, anybody else frozen? Am I frozen for anybody else? Mike got the Alice B1 going, replaced the voltage regulator, charging system works good, got the belts figured out, getting ready for the Buckley Old Engine show up here at the third weekend of August. We're almost the last weekend. Well, it is. I'm going to have to look at a calendar in order to know. Miss Lisa can look at hers. It's in 3 weeks, I think. We've got our tractor show, the Portland Tri-State Gas Engine and Tractor Show. Need to start to feed over again. Okay, some people can see me and some people can't. Caleb, you can see me. Mr. Wood cannot. Clinton can see me. Monday the 20th. Okay, so 20th, 21, 22, 23rd, 24th, 25th, and 26th is the Portland, Indiana Gas Engine and Tractor Show. Thank you, sweetie. Manual labor, welcome. You're fine on my side too, Miss Lisa. Not seeing Zippo here in Baltimore. Joshua Dyke, perfect. Sean, great to see you, buddy. Mister, great to see you, mister. Yeah, we're getting some people in that haven't been able to get in because of the time that I put the early one up. Okay, Mr. Wood, I'm suggesting to reboot. Yes, the very talented Miss Lisa, the very talented. She's now put 2 grills together, her own and mine, and won't be too long and we're going to be putting a laminate floor down in the guest bedroom in her house. We were talking on the phone, getting a lot of that worked out. Everything is kind of stalled on the east wall of the shop temporarily until I get some other things caught up. Right, Sean, yeah. HBO, Mr. Potter, hello. Yeah, I always lose my train of thought when I do that. Oh, we're going to be doing Miss Zippo's floor, or yeah, Miss Zippo's. No, I was talking about the shop and why the things sort of slowed down as far as me getting everything set up. Tool storage is the biggest thing. There you go. Glad you're back, Mr. Wood. The tool shop the tool situation. I don't have enough storage for all of the tools. Well, Ms. Zippo and I got to talking today, and in fact, I think we were at Menards, and we had a chat, and we're going to we've got the toolbox situation taken care of. Yeah, bigger shop. That would be nice, Glenn. But it's actually tool storage that's the biggest issue right now. So Miss Zippo has a really large toolbox that I bought off of her, and I will be buying her another toolbox, and I'm also loading her toolbox full of a bunch of spare tools and extras that I have, so that when I go over there, I won't have to pack mule my tools back and forth. She'll have everything she needs there, and they'll be her tools. But I'll be getting the big toolbox that she really doesn't need. So before you forget, you want to say thank you. You bought some small channel locks, and they seem to be the ticket for my sticky flint screws. Yes, they will be. Those tiny little things. I've got pairs of these all over everywhere. They are fantastic. I think this is a Mac pair. That's a pair of Mac. I've got a pair of Snap-ons. I've got a couple pair of channel locks. These things are fantastic. They're great. That's what IRT Mechanic is talking about, the small channel locks like that. They're wonderful. So, Mr. Wood, if that happens again where you freeze or where I freeze, reboot. Because I was asking everybody else, and everybody else said that everything was good on their end. So, and Sean, I'm glad you like this time for summer. Yeah, winter won't matter so much. I get that. Rody, what's happening, buddy? Everybody, Road King's in the house. He's working on 2 projects at once. He's working on that reduction gear engine and the power scooter, motorized scooter, and doing a fine job on both. I just watched the one today where old dirt bike was clad welding, and they were cutting up the diamond plate floorboard for the scooter. Good stuff. If you guys don't know Road King, well, I mean, you should know Road King, but if you don't, go check out his videos. Some incredibly awesome builds that him and the group, him and his band of misfits build some of the most amazing things. I more or less just take broke stuff and fix it. You're welcome, Mr. Wood. Oh, hey, Rody, just speaking the truth, man. Just speaking the truth. Let's bring on some questions. How am I doing today? Mr. Big Daddy 1992. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I'm very blessed and I'm very fortunate. I spent a couple of days down and out, Monday and Tuesday, recovering. K-Bat, what's up? Couple days recovering from just overworking my neck. How many lighters in my heyday? I had over 350 lighters in my heyday. When I don't, in answer to Mike the tractor guy, when I don't hear from somebody, that's the best compliment I get. But I did check with him, and yes, Mike, his Craftsman is perfect. It's doing just great. No, 8:30. I started up at 8:30. 8:30 Eastern time, Donald. And hello to you, sir. Thank you, Big Daddy. It happens. I mean, I get down and out. I've been worse, been better, but it all works itself out in the wash. Doesn't do any good to get all kinds of sideways about not feeling good. Sometimes you just got to take a break, especially as we get older and these grays make themselves more prominent. Miss Lisa, what'd you decide on for dinner? Oh, did you make a Zippo lighter display case? That is awesome. Is it going to be one that hangs on the wall similar to the one I have in my shop, Bryce? And Mike, again, thank you very, very much for that. If you haven't yet, you're gonna wither away. It's 8:45. Food, yes, food, sustenance. It's all right. When we first got on the phone, which was I just got off the phone right before starting the live stream, about 15 minutes before, and we talked for about 3 hours. We were covering just all kinds of bases, taking care of different things, talking about different things, measuring this, measuring that, looking for this, looking for that. Sean, that's awesome news. And I'm real glad that that Vanguard engine swap is holding up and it's doing what it's supposed to do. Really, really, really glad to hear that. That's fantastic. And it made for good video content. Well, you can always make more cases, right, Bryce? Just keep making cases. That one that I've got in the shop, I actually just made the strips for that go across to set the lighters in. That was a lockable display board for a place that I worked at. They just used to put the memorandums and notices up there. Oh, pre-built official Zippo case. Awesome. We had 65 Ford sent me a Zippo pin display case, which is pretty neat. Mr. David Handyman Braun, welcome. Welcome. No more holes for it. Well, that's good. That's good. Fill it up. I think if memory serves, I can fit 125 in that lighter case that I have on the wall. The grease caps, Mike, I assume it's what you're talking about is the grease caps. They are white. Well, Bill, nothing wrong with a 300. Those are good garden tractors. Speaking of the John Deere, oh, you got John Deere guys. Don, there's a 400 out in the shop. It's going to be coming up for sale. It's a real nice power steering, 3-point hydraulic hookup. There'll be some footage on that. I've just got to go through it and do some service to it. But it's going to be going to the Portland Gas Engine and Tractor Show, along with a power hydraulic blade. George Williams. I'm going to get to David first. David Handyman Braun asks, good to see you back on. How are you tonight? I'm doing really good. Miss Zippo and I had a great weekend. We went to the state fair. We're having a good weekend. We're having a real good weekend. And this upcoming week is going to be busy, but we will be getting a lot done, hopefully. Miss Zippo and I will be getting a lot done this weekend. Okay, let me see. What motorcycle do you drive the most? That's a tough one. On the weekends, it's definitely Smoky. That's where my butt's planted, and Miss Zippo's right, right there, over this shoulder, right there. She's right there. So the weekend, that's what that is. Then depending on what errands I have to run, it's a toss up between Zipper and Big Bill. Big Bill has a little bit of storage capacity in it, so if I know I'm going to be picking a few things up, I'll take Big Bill. If I know I'm picking up a lot, I will hop on Smoky. If I'm not picking up much, I just throw my little knapsack on my back and hop on Zipper. But with 60 miles to a gallon, Zipper is the one that I usually try to get on if I think I can get away with it. And Bryce, you don't have a problem. It's a good problem to have. And Bryce, did you see my Zippo car lighter that I got? I did a video on it. C&B Tractor Collectors, hello Zippo. I have been a long time fan and just got an original Simplicity 700 Wonder Boy. Wondering what your thoughts are on this tractor. Cyclops light front and rear work too. The fact that it has the Cyclops lights on it is awesome. That was the very first year for those. As long as it says Wonder Boy on the badge, the 700 Wonder Boys are equipped with a Model 19, which is a 7 horsepower. They later bumped it up to a 7.25, but it's a 7 horsepower. Briggs and Stratton, very dependable engine. It sounds like you definitely got a keeper if it's got the lights on it and everything. So my thoughts on the tractor are it will absolutely do anything and everything that you ask it to do as long as you take care of it. Roadrunner, good evening. All right, Donald Powers said, I seen a clock built from pieces of license plates and a map of the United States from license plates. Maybe a winter project for you. Mr. Sloan, Brother Sloan, it is great to see you, my good friend. Make sure I didn't miss anything here. Yeah, Bryce, you don't have a problem. All right. Big Bill is really a beautiful bike. I can't, well, when I take Big Bill out, George, I have to make sure that I don't have anything else going on because I'm always going to get stopped and people are always going to want to talk about the bike every time I take it out. Doug, Brother Doug, great to see you. And the missus, I'm sure, is close by. Doug, you can say howdy to Miss Zippo. She's hanging out here with us. You have a Suburban named Smokey. That's funny. Yeah, well, we named Smokey the Goldwing Smokey because it's a Smokey and the Bandit tribute bike. It's black with the gold and gold accents and everything. And everybody was going around naming things bandits. We figured we'd just name it Smokey. And Miss Zippo named it. 700 Wonder Boy on the hood emblems. That C&B tractor, that is a fantastic tractor to own. It really is. It is the very first one. Bryce, especially if you don't smoke. Especially if you don't smoke. Miss Zippo. Miss Zippo. There went my chat again. There it is. It's back. There's a Roadrunner guy on this site. 69 is my favorite year. 69 Roadrunner. And Miss Zippo's home. She had a meeting to go to at work at 1 o'clock and stayed home after that. But we just got off the phone after a real long phone conversation. And we're fixing to have another one here in just a little while. HBO Potter. C&B, the Model 19 engines are tough. I've one of my garden marked 66 and it still runs. Yeah, they are tough engines. Any idea when I'll be doing the Stater and Smoky? Very curious. George, that will be after the riding season is over. I'm able to go out and put 150 miles plus on Smoky, and the battery's only down. What was it, Miss Zippo? The 75%. It was still charged 75%. So I'm charging. I'm just not charging enough to keep the battery topped off. So it won't be until the riding season's over, then the engine's going to be coming out. Thank you, Brother Doug. Yours is named Smokey by the guy that you bought it from. Right on. Well, Big Bill got named because the previous owner was big, 6'4", and his name was Bill. This moment of silence is brought to you by nobody's typing. There we go. Dave, you were thinking about me earlier at the race. Watkins Glen, Zippo signs all over the place. That's awesome. Jonathan, everybody, Jonathan's in the house. Hello, Jonathan. And Robert's in the house. Boo. Got a rototiller, disc blade, cultivators, mown deck with the tractor as well. Great to know, HBO guide Potter. Only problem is the mag is weak. It dies out. How would it fix that? Do they make new ones? They do make the new insert for the mag, yes. Contact me on Facebook, Zippo Varga on Facebook. I will send you a PDF manual on the engine where you can get your item number. It's a complete parts breakdown of the Model 19. They'll give you your parts number, and you can search and find your coil replacement pack from there. Dano's Toolbox. Hello, brothers and sisters. Hello, Zippo. Hello, Danos. Great to have you in here. George, I plan on doing the engine removal video. It's going to be an interesting one. Then as far as changing the stator, once the engine's out, replacing the stator is about 15, 20 minutes after that. And then the engine goes right back in. But I'll be going through some other things on the engine as well while I have it out. Uh-oh. Robert being dressed as Pennywise is not wise. Sent a picture of what you've been working on via email. My buddy and I aren't too shabby when it comes to cases. Awesome, Bryce. I will take a look at it. We're going to give this one about another 3 minutes. We'll cut it off at a half hour. I'm so glad that so many people have been able to come in and make it in on the later time frame. If you guys, I mean, I've got more people in here now than I usually do at the 7 o'clock. So I think we're going to go ahead and try to stick with the 8:30. If we wind up losing too many people, we may go, we'll seesaw to try to accommodate everybody. And I may even try, yes, I do, Robert. We'll try to do a midweek live stream or something along those lines where people are going to be able to make it in. I'm trying to please everybody. You can't please all the people all the time. So there's one on my door window. Uh-oh, that's rough. My transom. Almost 9 in Canada. Of what part of Canada? You do dead streams every day? Dead streams or live streams? Dead streams? It is neat, isn't it, CMB Tractor? You can get it right from the horse's mouth right away. Yeah, I saw your bolt bin today, too. Well, I know it's my channel, but I'd like for everybody, I'd like everybody to benefit if they can, 7:30 your time, Glenn. Great. HBO Potter Guy. Zippo on Alice Chalmers 912H. Key switch does not work if turned all the way. Can turn it part way to make it roll over. Is it the switch? Yes, it is the switch. Just replace the switch. Make sure that you match the numbers or the letters on the back side of the switch. You're going to have a S, a G, an M, an I, and a B. Make sure that they all match on the back of that key switch to the new key switch you get. If they don't, it's going to screw everything up. Ontario, just north of Toronto. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Well, welcome from Canada. Almost 9 a.m. Monday in the Philippines. I'm not there. I should just leave this one to Jonathan. You want to kick your camera on, and I can head out here in just a little bit, and then you can head in and you just pick everybody up. Donald, thank you very much. Everybody, got any air for a Simplicity tire? I do. I've got a lot of Simplicity air tire. I've got Simplicity air tire for days. That's hysterical. That's funny. I like that. No, George, not yet. I've not been able to do anything on that. I'm a little behind on shutting the stream down, but that's okay. We'll give it just a couple more minutes here. The mill's not wired yet, mainly because I lost 2 days last week and I had some scheduled projects to get done. Got those projects done, and the weekend got here. And plus, I'm having a tool storage issue. I don't want to get the mill all up and running and have to be hunting and pecking for tools. I want all the tools to be where they need to be. Yes, Doug, I did. What did I do with it? I know that I put it. I think I put it up. I know that I put it up out in the shop. I'll have to show it. You're going to have to remind me. I am so sorry. Yes, I did. You got the tires to go with the air, David? Yeah, that's right, because I gave you a couple tires. You just need to put that Simplicity air in them, and you're good to go. All right, guys. It was fantastic. I'm glad all of you were able to make it in here tonight. We're going to do it again next week at 8:30. Thank you, Rick, very much. Jonathan, we'll see you. It was great seeing you as always, brother. Everybody, we'll try to make next week's a little bit longer, but Zippo's got things to do. 9:02 p.m. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Do I have a PDF on the manual of the tiller on the B1? Alice, it is the later one. I believe it is more square. Mike the Tractor Guy, send me an email and remind me, and I will send you the files that I have. Everybody, thank you very, very much for coming. We will see you all later.